When you feel hopeless, you may feel like Charlie Brown. You're trying to kick the proverbial football, but find it keeps being pulled from you. This video is about providing a crack in your wall, for you to see the light, for you to have hope for a better tomorrow. Today we're discussing 10 ways on how to overcome your hopelessness and despair, starting with the first idea, now. Number 1, work on your narration. It isn't the event itself, but rather your narration of the event that makes a world of a difference. Here's an example of what I mean. Back when I was 19, I was shy, awkward, didn't have a lot of confidence, but there was this one girl I had a crush on. I thought she was stunning, I wanted to ask her out, but it wasn't until I got some encouragement from my friends and family that I went up and I asked her for a date. My friend, not only did she say no, she laughed at me, she called me boring, unattractive. I had a poor narration style back then. I let this one negative opinion of me crush my confidence, and I didn't ask out a girl for 3-4 years because of what happened. And it wasn't the event itself, it was my narration of the event. You probably have this in your life if you're hopeless. Maybe you've gotten rejected from a college application, a job, a person, and you're letting that one moment define you. Change your narration style. All I know is that the girl wasn't into me. I've let that go. People sometimes are not into you. They don't understand you. That's okay. If you stop letting negative opinions of you and temporary defeat define you, I guarantee you'll have more hope in your life. Number 2, 3 good things. I got this idea from Professor Shawn Achor, the author of The Happiness Advantage. He explained that basically we're a product of what we focus on. When you go outside, you could focus on one of 2 things. You could focus on the heat and complain about it, or you could focus on the sunshine and be grateful for it. Your habitual thought patterns dictate your hope. As you do this exercise, go through the past 24 hours and think of 3 good things that happened to you and write them down, whether it's in your journal and in your phone. And you'll find that you'll start scanning for the good in your life. You'll start scanning for the opportunities, the moments that you're making progress, and you'll have more hope this way. Start using this exercise every single day before bed. Write 3 good things that happened to you. Number 3, sorrow is better than laughter. This was a verse in the Bible from Ecclesiastes. Sorrow is better than laughter, for sorrow has a refining influence on us. And this is something you probably don't want to hear, but if you thought about it, it's true. When times are good, you don't think about your strategies for life if they're going to work long term. But when you experience a fall, when you get rejection, man, that is the time that you really reflect. I think of katabasis here. This is in Greek mythology where someone would experience a traumatic event, they would be in a depression of some sort, and they would literally go down into the underworld. Once in the underworld, they would get some type of insight that would bring them up higher than ever before. My friend, keep in mind right now, if you're experiencing sorrow and despair right now, don't give up, because this is the moment where you're likely going to get an insight that forever changes your life for the better. Number 4, help others. If you find that you're in a rut, you've been working on your problem and not making any progress, consider stepping away and trying to help a friend, or just showing up somewhere to help somebody, even when you don't feel qualified. I can think of recently, I was not making progress with YouTube or really anything in my life, and I was volunteering at this daycare center. I'm not really good with kids, and I felt like I wasn't making much of an impact, but apparently this one kid connected with me. He had not talked to any of the caregivers, and here he was giving me a high five. It was really awesome, and it made me feel so good. Plus, performing kind acts has been proven to raise the neurotransmitter serotonin. This is the target chemical in several antidepressant drugs like Zoloft and Paxil. I'm a pharmacist and I've made a video on how to naturally raise your serotonin. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a card right there. But helping others when you're stuck, not making any progress, is a way to start feeling good, so when you come back, you are more hopeful and more positive. Number 5, reverse Uncle Ben's quote. If you've seen the movie Spider-Man, you probably remember this memorable line that Uncle Ben tells young Peter Parker. With great power comes great responsibility. When you're hopeless and you're in despair, you feel you don't have any power, so this line doesn't apply to you. That's why you need to reverse it. Change it to, with great responsibility comes great power. I'm not going to pretend like I know what you've been through. I don't know what your situations are like. I don't know how the effect that other people have had in your life. But you do have the responsibility of how you're going to narrate the events in your life and how you're going to respond to them. You see, not all of us are gifted and talented, but we have the responsibility to put in the effort, to seek the help if needed to overcome all our shortcomings. You'll get so much hope and power in your life when you start trying to take responsibility for everything in your life, because now you have the power to change it. Number 6, Find your Wolfpack. You may have noticed I use a lot of video clips in my videos. I get most of them from storyblocks.com. Notice the clips that come up when I search depression. Realize that all these have something in common. All these people are by themselves. Life isn't meant to be alone. You're supposed to do it with other people. And you may feel that no one can understand what you're going through, but I'm almost certain you could find people in your life who are dealing with the same thing. At the very least, you could find people online. Go on videos, have discussions in the comments section. Leave some comments below. I'll talk with you. You don't have to do this thing alone. People are out there who care about you and will help you through anything. Find these people, find your wolf pack, and you'll have more hope in your life. Number 7, stop competing. I read the book recently, The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren, highly recommended, but he helped me realize the dangers of competing. You see, when you look at someone who's superior to you in some way, who's better than you in some way, you often get discouraged and you're likely to quit. On the other side, when you look at someone who's inferior to you, you become prideful and you may become complacent. If you really want to get the most out of life, it's not about looking at the lane over here or the lane over there. It's about staying in your lane and just simply trying to get better than the day before. Number 8, reframing. I've used this quote several times throughout my videos and it's helped me so much. It's from Mother Teresa. If I look at the masses, I'll never act. If I look at the one, I will. You may have so much to clean up in your life and it's making you hopeless, but you can do one thing right now. As a pharmacist, I've had several discussions with diabetic patients who wanted to lose weight and they felt hopeless, but I reframed how they looked at that weight loss. Maybe they wanted to lose 50 pounds in a year. I didn't frame it that way. I said, look, you don't have to lose 50 pounds, you only have to lose 1 pound. Lose 1 pound a week and repeat the process 50 times, and within a year, you'll be 50 pounds lighter. You see, when you have something big to do and you break it down into a small chunk, something you know you can do, you take action on it, and that progress generates hope, and that hope generates more action, and eventually you start accomplishing big things, all because you started with the small things. Just start reframing your events. It's as simple as that. Number 9, change your approach. Too many times we try something, we're not successful at it, and then we give up. We say it wasn't meant to be. When reality is, we probably just had a poor approach. One example being when I got into graduate school. My very first grade in biochemistry was a 62. I was not used to making grades like this. I was an AB student my whole life. I was about to drop out, but I had a professor point out to me that maybe I just needed to adjust my study approach. I look back now and I can't believe I was about to drop out of school. All I needed to do was change my approach. I went from cramming the night before to studying a little bit every single day. My grades started to improve dramatically just from simply changing my approach. Don't give up on your dreams, whatever it is. All you need to do is find the right approach, and once you find it, you'll start getting the results you seek. And the last idea, take a bath with a ton of rose petals. Seriously, like this guy right here, as many as you can. On a serious note, I'm sure you have not tried that. And I want you to realize when you say I've tried everything and it doesn't work, you really haven't. Take a bath with rose petals. Always be up to trying something new, because once you find your approach, you change your narration style, you address all these points that we discussed in this video, you will have more hope, you will have more power, and you'll have more success in your life. My friend, I hope these 10 tips help you, and if I can help you out in any way, please leave a comment below. If you want more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to our channel today, Your Inspired Life, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss anything. This is your friend Michael from Your Inspired Life, helping you inspire before you expire. Hope you enjoyed this video. Can't wait to see you in the next one.